Hang on, I just need to get some money out. There we go. Excellent. Great. Good. You see, that's how I see hybrid cars, like this new Haval Jolion Hybrid. They use less fuel, so it saves me money. I like saving money. The thing is, this Haval Jolion Hybrid costs thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more than the petrol equivalent Haval Jolion. So is it worth it? I'll answer that question along with a whole lot more. Like, is it practical? Is it safe? What it's like to drive? I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't. And if you want to read the full review, go to carsguide.com.au. Give us a like and subscribe. Now, the petrol version of the Haval Jolion comes in 3 grades. It comes in the premium, that's the entry grade. It steps up to the luxe, and at the top is the very fancy ultra grade.
The Jolion Hybrid only comes in the ultra grade, and it's $40,990 drive away. That's $7,000 more than the petrol version. So how far do you have to drive this hybrid to make back the $7,000? Look, I'll talk more about this in the fuel efficiency section soon, but all you need to know here is that with petrol currently costing about $2 a litre, you'll break even at about 113,000 kilometres. That's right, that's about 10 years of driving for the average Aussie.
But as fuel prices go up, you might make your money back sooner. For now, let me show you the standard features.
Coming standard on this hybrid version of the Jolion Ultra is this 12.3-inch media screen, a digital instrument cluster and a head-up display. There's dual-zone climate control, heated front seats, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's a 6-speaker stereo, wireless phone charging, a panoramic sunroof, and 18-inch alloy wheels. There's also a proximity key, but only the driver's door handle will unlock the car when you touch it. None of the other handles will. Remember though that the same features come standard on the petrol version of the Ultra.
Just making sure everything's here. Yep, 4-cylinder petrol engine and an electric motor. Yep, that's what makes it a hybrid. That's right. And those are the outputs right there. All Haval Jolions, including the hybrid, are front-wheel drive. The battery, it's under the boot floor. The Haval Jolion Hybrid is not a plug-in hybrid type of hybrid. No, you don't plug in using a cable to charge the battery. You just charge the batteries when you brake. You press the brake, it uses that energy that it captures, and it sends it into electricity, it feeds it back into the battery, and then that powers the motor. But these types of hybrids use more petrol than a plug-in hybrid. So, Haval says that after a combination of open and urban roads, the Jolion Hybrid will use 5 litres per 100 kilometres. That uses 91 RON. That's the cheapest petrol you can buy. That's a good thing. The petrol version of this car uses 8.1 litres per 100. Now, I've tested both. I got 9.2 out of the petrol car, 9.2 litres per 100 kilometres. And out of this car, I drove about 200 kilometres. Country roads, city roads, the commute into the CBD, suburban roads. And the best I could get was 7 litres per 100. So you're still saving probably about 2 litres per 100 kilometres. Haval says 3.
So using Haval's own figures, that's how I worked out you'd have to drive about 113,000 kilometres to make back that extra $7,000 that the hybrid costs over the petrol version. The Jolion Hybrid looks stunning. I like its glitzy grille, which bulges beautifully, just like mine. I like the LED headlights and daytime running lights with that blue element, which tells the world that this is the hybrid one. There's the prestigious profile, and the rear, with its tough rooftop spoiler and interesting taillights. I don't like these badges though. That one is GWM for Great Wall Motors, the parent company of Haval. Then there's the Jolion one and the HEV one, which stands for Hybrid Electric Vehicle. It's messy. And so is this. The screw holes for the Chinese number plates, which have been covered by what appears to be fabric stickers that come off, leaving a hole in your tailgate. That's not good. But inside is good. It's better than good. It's premium looking. The interior makes many rivals' cabins look ancient.
Look, this is a pretty nice looking and feeling cabin. These seats look good, they feel great, they're supportive and comfortable. I like this dashboard with its textured pattern. It's vinyl, but it's still nice. These massive screens are impressive of digital driver display. Yes, there are some cheap plastics and some fake metal, but all cars have that these days. This is pretty darn impressive.
The Jolion Hybrid is not just pretty, it's practical. There's cup holders in the second row, and up front there's big door pockets all around. There's this floating center console with a space underneath. Hello there! And for people room, there's more than enough space in the second row for all 191 centimeters of me to sit behind my driving position. And thanks to the flat floor, I can also sit comfortably down here too. Better put the seatbelt on. That's better. The boot of the Hybrid Jolion is 40 litres smaller than the petrol versions at 390 litres. I hope that's enough for your precious cargo. Your precious, precious cargo. Talking of precious cargo, the Jolion is yet to be given an ANCAP crash test rating, but all the advanced safety tech boxes appear to be ticked. From AEB, lane keeping assistance and blind spot warning. There's cameras galore to help you with parking. And there's this camera which watches you, looking for signs of fatigue or distraction before it contacts the police. Actually, it doesn't contact the police, it just beeps at you.
Now, Haval has only given us the Jolion Hybrid for 3 days, but we have made good use of that. We've covered about 200 Ks, and there've been country miles, there've been suburban streets, there've been a commute into the city in Sydney CBD to work. So we've covered a whole range of the types of roads that you would travel on as well. So there's lots to tell you. Firstly, because it's hybrid, it means it's half electric as well. So we're moving away really silently here. That's cool. You put your foot down and we are still electric. Eventually that petrol engine will kick in. Now it does feel a lot like a Toyota RAV4 hybrid. The technology is quite similar. Now the petrol engine has kicked in, but that transition from motor to engine isn't quite as seamless as what Toyota seems to be able to do. It's quite a noisy engine, and you do hear it sort of chime in when it's time for it to help. All right, let's start with the good things. Now the acceleration is quite good. That's because you've got plenty of torque from the electric motor and also the petrol engine. The ride is actually quite comfortable. There does seem to be a bit of body control, means it's a bit wobbly as you go over speed bumps and around corners, it leans a little bit. But for the most part, the actual comfort as you drive it is quite good. The other thing is the size. It's just a bit under 4.5 meters long. So in the time that I've been driving it, it's been really good for parking. It's a good size for weaving in and out of traffic in the city too. So yeah, good size, comfortable, and acceleration is quite good. All right, let's talk about the bad points, the not so good points of the driving. There's a few, okay? Get ready. So the first one is, and I just felt it before when I stopped at the stop sign, the brake pedal feel. Now, hybrids tend to have a funny brake pedal feel, and that's to do with battery regeneration. You step on the brakes, turns it into electricity, sends it back to the battery. The result is you get electricity, but also a weird feeling brake pedal. It feels wooden. Is what we call it, and this is more wooden than Pinocchio's nose. It's ridiculously wooden. The RAV4 hybrid actually has a pretty good feeling brake pedal, but this brake pedal feels not only high, but it also feels really, really sort of numb under your foot. Another thing, and now I need to pull over to show you this. Let me pull over. Indicators are very loud. I wonder if there's a volume switch for them. Another thing, the steering wheel adjustment, it just goes up and down. There's no reach adjustment. So if you're built like me, like a chimpanzee, and you've got long legs and long arms, what you like to do is sit further back, but I can't get this to come any closer to me. That's really frustrating. The steering wheel itself is not comfortable to hold. It's got a very thin, hard edge to it. So even after 4 hours of driving yesterday, it didn't get more comfortable. In fact, it just hurt more. Maybe you will get used to that over time. Maybe you can buy, like, I don't know, padding for it. Now, like a lot of these hybrids, these kind of hybrids, the non-plug-in hybrids, it's the petrol engine which does most of the work and the electric motor which provides assistance. You can really feel that as well, and the transition from electric motor to petrol engine isn't all that smooth. It's quite rough actually. Now that sound that you can hear, that beeping, that is to do with this camera which is over here. It's called the driver management system, and what it does, it detects whether I am fatigued or distracted. It's a little camera that watches my face, and if my eyes close or my head looks anywhere other than straight ahead, it starts beeping and it tells me, and it says, hey, don't stray on the display screen, which is kind of distraction in itself, because then you've got to press cancel. Oh, I did not see that coming. Amazing. Good read. Should read it sometime. Now the Haval Jolion Hybrid is covered by a 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty. There's 5 years cap price servicing, and there's also 5 years roadside assistance. The battery is covered by an 8-year unlimited kilometre warranty as well. That's very, 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 very good. I'm impressed with that. Very good. The Haval Jolion Hybrid. There's a lot to like about it. It's good looking inside and out. It's practical, it's safe, it's got a long warranty. But it's not fantastic to drive. And I think it's a little bit overpriced. Now, if you want to read the full review, go to carsguide.com.au and give us a like and subscribe.